Hey guys, this is Callie May. Welcome to my channel. This is my first ever YouTube video that I'm making for the interwebs, and I'm excited and also super nervous, but I love bullet journaling and I thought I would love to share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this 2020 flip through, as this is sort of a new experience for me, so bear with me in my awkward voiceover. So my journal starts off with my New Year goals from 2020, when we first thought that 2020 was going to be a good year. And I like to record my spiritual, mental, physical, and personal goals, as well as academic, because I was still in school during this year. And here we have my future log. I'm not really much of a future log person, as you can tell. I have a lot of empty space, but it worked out for me for the first 3 months, and then it went downhill from there. Then you have my memories of 2020 in Polaroid form. And for January, I decided this year I was going to do Disney themed, and so I wanted to emulate Frozen. I took a lot of like the swirls and blue and purplish colors that emulated Frozen from both Frozen 1 and Frozen 2. And I also really love their dresses, so I tried to emulate some of their patterns from their dresses in the first spread. And as you can tell, I didn't make it to write in it because I was too busy trying to set up my bullet journal. And on my second spread, I added in the elements from the second film, spoiler alert, and I really loved it. Loved how it turned out. I also have this format that you'll probably see a lot in my bullet journal because it's one of my favorite spreads. And look at cute Bruni, can't forget him. Such a fire spirit. And as you can tell, my third week of January was very busy. I had overflow of sticky notes, but still was able to add in a couple of cute designs from Frozen. My next spread, I wanted to draw Olaf, and there he is. I added in some goals for the week and prayers and thankfulness. It'll change, I guess, in the next month, but this month is when I had a lot of space, so I just added more things that I felt like I needed to do. And here is probably my favorite spread, which is February, because it was of Pixar's Bao by Domi Shi. And over here on the left side is my February thankfulness, where I wrote down my list of thankfulness, and I started doing it in February, so from then on you'll see it continue throughout my bullet journal. And I really love Bao because it has such a great story about Chinese culture, and it was really awesome to see that on the big screen, even if it was a short. And I loved emulating the lettering of Bao because the Bao shape is so cute. Let's face it. And as I continued on, I found these really cool pictures from Pinterest of how to make Bao, and I will not claim these pictures as my own, but I did copy them, and I just enjoyed drawing them because it was fun, and I don't know, I love cooking too, so it was a great illustration to draw. And in this spread, I really loved making the little Bao expressions because it's so cute and it's so expressive. So I really enjoyed making this spread, even though it's super simple. And the final spread of February, I have the cooked Bao and the Bao on chopsticks, which was a good ending. I really enjoyed this one. This was inspired by Pixar's Up. It's also one of my favorite movies from Pixar. And Russell, so funny. The wilderness must be explored. I messed him up the first time, so I had to glue another picture in that I had to redraw, and so it turned out a lot better. And then on the next spread, of course, the iconic 2 chairs representing Carl and Ellie's life together, and her little quote at the end of the movie. So touching. And this one was super fun. This was probably my first time using multiple colors other than like 2 or 3. And so I had a lot of fun drawing the young Carl and Ellie in this one. And I also found another Pinterest image where Kevin was looking at Doug and Carl and Russell, and I really liked it, so I drew it. You can tell that my spreads are kind of simple because I was super busy during this time because I was still in grad school. And I just really loved making things kind of fun and easy for me to fill out with a lot of space. In April, I did Tangled, one of my favorite Disney princess movies. I don't know why, but it's amazing. Actually, I do know why, because it's amazing. So I also wanted to emulate her hair throughout the entire month, and that's what I did. And of course, the lanterns, probably one of the best scenes in the movie. I definitely had to incorporate that in. And I also just tried to emulate the little sun star symbol throughout and keep to a simple color palette. Oh, and you can see the little designs that I have with Pascal on the side. Those came from her paintings actually, and also I think they were inspired from like Tangled the series, if you guys have seen that. It's a TV show. And also the magical flower. Was it called the sunflower? I can't remember. Anyways, I loved it. And of course, this is probably one of my favorite spreads, making a silhouette of Flynn Rider and Rapunzel in the lantern scene. Love that song. Anyways, let's move on. And this spread, I just tried to find things that were kind of iconic in the movie, and I tried to incorporate it. And at the end of the month, you can see Rapunzel because that's where her hair ends up. I wasn't too excited with her face structure though, but oh well. And now we have May. Can you guess what this Disney movie is? Obviously Mulan. I also wanted to incorporate the cherry blossom flowers, and oh, there's Mushu. So I really enjoyed this spread because I don't know, it just felt kind of elegant and simple and also Chinese. And I really just loved taking those elements to make it easy for me to write in and just have space, because sometimes space is just calming, you know. And there's Ricky, and I saw this tattoo design and I was like, wow, I really gotta draw that in there. So that's what that sword is. And then also Mulan, and the best quote: "The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all." This spread was actually super fun. I kind of wish I was better at coloring with markers, but you know, you live, you learn. I still like it. Oh, another favorite, probably my favorite Disney movie ever, Lilo and Stitch. And you can't forget Pudge, because Pudge is a fish. I had fun with this one in June because my past bullet journals that I've made, I've never been able to finish through summertime because I'm so lazy during that time. Just like this picture with Lilo. But, you know, I was excited to do it because it was a learning experience and figuring out which spreads really worked for me. And then you can see Stitch dancing with Lilo in that one scene. Super fun. So my spreads look a little different this summer. You can't forget Nani, the rock of the family. And also, this is probably one of my favorite spreads because it just swoops through the whole spread and kind of flows well. July. So July was definitely not my favorite to do. I think you can tell this is The Incredibles. I found some really cool designs on Pinterest and I loved incorporating those. And you can see that I did silhouettes because I wasn't really into drawing them like the people. But I thought it'd be cool to kind of emulate what they put in like the credit scenes of The Incredibles. Oh, and also, I forgot to put my calendar in, so that's why it's in the middle. LOL. Oh well. It was fun, though. It kind of worked well. My favorite two characters is probably Edna and Jack Jack, so that's why I put them together in the spread. And of course, you can't forget Frozone. Honey, where is my super suit? Probably the best part of the movie, right? Oh, and also, my best friend got me this really cool hat that had this exact design for Edna Mode, and I was like, yes, I must add this in. Now we're on to August. Can you guess what this is? Obviously, The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid was like my favorite Disney princess film when I was little. And short little cute story here. I watched the VHS. Is that what they're called? Oh my gosh, yes. The VHS until it broke, guys. That's how much I loved it as a kid. And when I was little, I thought I wanted to be a marine biologist, but then I realized I was definitely not the best swimmer. So that dream ended real quick. But I definitely was still intrigued by sea creatures, I guess. So yeah, I love Ariel. She's just so fun and lively. Oh, this spread was probably my most challenging spread because I was drawing Ariel. And I'm not the best at drawing people, but it was definitely a great learning experience because I always tend to work on different things in art that I'm not good at, and that one was for perspective. And there's the iconic Ariel dreaming by the moonlight. Okay, moving on to September. So I really love Monsters University better than Monsters Inc. Unpopular opinion, but it is what it is. But I still like both of the movies, so I definitely incorporated more of Monsters University, and then a little bit of Monsters Inc. And I have these really cute washi stickers that I got from Daiso and washi tape. I don't know if you guys know about Daiso, but it's like a Japanese dollar store, except everything's like $1.50, between $1.50 or like $10, I think. Great deals. But I don't know, the stickers were so fitting, so I just added them in. And so I tried to include like scenes from the movies, and I thought they were really cute and fun to just kind of have short doodles like that. And I also had little door stickers from the first movie, and you know, I can't forget about Boo and the 2319, which stands for white sock. It's kind of funny. But yeah, so that's my September. In October, can you guess what this one is? Coco. Yes. If you guessed it, you're right. So I'm not a huge Halloween person, but I know that Dia de los Muertos happens in October. And even though I'm not Spanish, I really appreciate learning about their culture, even though maybe some of the things in the movie weren't exactly accurate, obviously, because it's a Disney movie. But, you know, I really enjoyed how they executed it because of the meaning of the film, especially representing Miguel for someone who wanted to follow his dream even though his family didn't support it. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people out there that have also experienced that. So that's why I really love this film, and I thought it was very fitting for October. Yes. And I kind of went a little crazy with the color scheme because I really love the contrast of the blues and pinks and then the marigold petals. And finally, we have Miguel playing the guitar finally. It was a great month. Busy but great. November. So, I feel like Ratatouille is definitely an underrated Pixar movie. It's definitely one of my faves because I can relate to it a lot since my mom is a chef. And growing up, you know, you pick up a lot of things from your mom, and cooking was one of those things. And I also just loved all the empowering quotes from the movie, and I really appreciated that. As a kid, this was probably one of those movies that really helped me through a lot of things. Oh, this spread is probably one of my favorite spreads. I found a picture on Pinterest, and I just had to make it into a bullet journal spread, and that's how it turned out. And not everyone can become a great artist, but an artist can come from anywhere. If you know, you know. And finally, here we are in December. I was definitely influenced by Amanda Rachley's December setup. And of course, I wanted to incorporate my Disney theme, and it just happened to be Big Hero 6. I also used some of her washi tapes, which were really awesome. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but there's Minimax from the Big Hero 6 TV series. You guys should watch it if you like the movie. It's kind of nice. And there's cute little Baymax wrapped up in lights. It's so funny. And there's Mochi, and I made sure to put Tadashi as well as the other members of that family on the stocking shelf. I just wanted it to feel cozy and warm, just like Baymax here in this cup of cocoa and as a s'more. I thought it was super fun. And here's my final spread. I put 2 weeks together because I ran out of pages, but there was enough room for Baymax, so there you go. This is it, guys. This is my 2020 bullet journal flip through. Thank you for watching, and I'm hoping that 2021 will bring much more joy and hope than 2020 did. And also just be on the lookout for my 2021 bullet journal setup, as well as my January setup for the new year. Happy New Year, guys. Hopefully I'll have those videos out before then.